is expected to announce as soon as today that he's stepping down as leader of Canada's ruling Liberal Party, according to Canadian media outlets. Calls for his resignation have grown louder in recent weeks amid plummeting polling ahead of Canada's upcoming general election that's supposed to happen later this year. Trudeau is facing mounting crisis, including tariff threats by Donald Trump and the resignations of key allies. CNN's Paula Newton is in Ottawa for us. If Trudeau resigns, as he is expected to, what are some of the things that would have prompted this resignation?
Yeah, I mean, Sarah, look, beyond the fact that he's been in power for more than 9 years, the inflation coming out of the pandemic is really key here. Canadians are really feeling it, but they are blaming the Trudeau government for why they're feeling it, and a lot of it has to do with immigration, the legal kind. It has put so much pressure on things like housing and public services. Canadians feel that it's been mismanaged. Also, Canadian finances not in great shape right now, quite a record deficit coming out of the books in the last few weeks. Key here, though, imagine it, Sarah, that his key deputy, the Deputy Prime Minister, Chrystia Freeland, who was the Finance Minister, resigned just a few weeks ago, and you can say in a huff, it was a really blunt resignation letter. She blamed him for costly political gimmicks and said that instead Canada should be pushing back on Trump's America First policy and should have, really their finances in order before they do that. I mean, look, there is a lot of turmoil here in Canada right now. Polls have showed that the Conservative Party now beating the Liberal Party by more than 20% on most polling averages, and a lot of that has to do with the carbon tax as well. Sarah, many Canadians feeling that this government is way past its due date, literally based on the economy first and foremost. But Pierre Poilievre, who is a Conservative leader, has certainly gotten a boost from the MAGA base, going viral in many instances on things like fighting that carbon tax, which Canadians are also saying, many, especially out west, saying that they're fed up with. I do want to say, though, that right now everything remains in flux, right? We've got a cabinet meeting later this afternoon. Trudeau has not indicated exactly when or if he'd resign. I can tell you that in the last few weeks, he was not thinking that he'd have to resign, but the polls are showing otherwise right now. Now, Sarah, stop me when this sounds familiar. We are in uncharted territory here in Canada. There must be an election later this year. There is no succession plan in place as of yet. We could, in Canada, in the next few weeks, have an interim prime minister, something that has never happened.